What's up? What's up? What's going on, guys? Welcome to our live session. I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm looking at. A pretty random live stream today. Just wanted to go live, and I've been getting a lot of questions about how to short. So I thought I could kind of just show you live on how I do it on the Webull trading application. The Webull trading application is the trading app that I use. It is free and available in the US. I think it's only available in the US, but it's US regulated, so obviously legit. And it's the fifth link in the description down below. If you want to download it, they do have sign-up bonuses that give you free stock if you have an initial deposit of at least $5. So yeah, you can have more than one trading application. You could have Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, and Webull, right? Especially with the sign-up bonus, it's kind of like opening up a bank account without it having to run your credit, right? And yeah, feel free to check it out. But I'm going to be using the Webull trading app. Right now, we're showing a lot of signs of consolidation. I just want to make sure that NASDAQ continues to sell off. And if it ends up breaking the support, then I would love to entertain the idea of maybe jumping into SQQQ, which goes up when the NASDAQ market goes down, or if this thing ends up showing signs of a reversal, as it 100% can, right? Just like it did right at market open. It sold off, it tested this general support range, and then it began to recover. If we begin to show signs of that recovery, I would love to entertain the idea of potentially jumping into TQQQ if we get that confirmation. But as of right now, it looks quite bearish, so it's selling off, lower lows, lower highs, and yeah, I'm just going to wait for direction to be a little bit more clear. Any questions that you guys might have, feel free to ask in the live chat. As you guys can see, some people are typing in that live chat. All I ask you to do is you just have to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is free, and then you can partake in that live chat. So Apple, please, Ricky, what's up? What's up? All right, let's go ahead and break down Apple. So Apple itself looks like it had a resistance at 170, if I'm not mistaken, right? It has a very common support range at these levels of 167. But remember, if the NASDAQ market continues to sell off, then most likely Apple will as well, right? But if you look at the overall lows based off of recent patterns for Apple, we are a little bit more on the oversold side. Now, just because it's bounced here before doesn't mean that it has to bounce here again. It just means that it possibly can, right? And that's why we're bringing it up right now, where patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't always have to. If we do end up breaking this 165 support, then be ready, right? Be ready for that break of support. We could potentially form lower lows and lower highs. But remember, Apple's not necessarily a stock that I would be crazy about shorting. It's an extremely, bullish company over a long period of time. It's not off to the best start in 2024, to say the least. But overall, if you look at the overall big picture, higher highs, higher lows, it does have pullbacks from time to time. And I think that's what we're experiencing right now. So it's kind of just waiting for that overall reversal to kind of set in. All right. As soon as you ended your live earlier, DJT started to drop. Yeah, no, I saw that. Okay, and there it goes. NASDAQ market still dropping. Apple still dropping. TQQQ still dropping. Can I see a show of hands in the live chat? Are you long? Are you short right now? Or are you cash? Are you waiting for direction to be a little bit more clear and you're just choosing to stay cash? Let me know in that live chat. What are you? Long, short, cash? All right, we have a handful of people short. Hopefully you're doing your part to lock in profits. I just wanted to share different ideas with you guys, right? Because if the NASDAQ market does begin to recover, I would hate for you guys to be caught in a bear trap, is what they call it, right? Where the market fakes a sell-off and then all of a sudden it just begins to recover and it goes back to previous highs. That's the last thing that we want, right? Okay. Been trimming profits. I like that, Joseph. So what trimming profits means is that, obviously if we get to overbought levels and or if we're showing signs of a potential sell-off, pretty much just reducing position size, right? Locking in profits, not being afraid to kind of like trim those just in case we do end up selling off. It's a little bit easier to tolerate, but I like that. Great reminder to never be afraid to lock in profits. So Ricky, when will the NASDAQ market rebound? Let me look at my crystal ball real quick. Let me grab the little bull and ask him. Hey, bull, Wall Street bull. When is the market gonna rebound? I'm I can't predict the future, right? All I can look at previous patterns and wait for direction to be a little bit more clear. And that was a total joke. I'm not making fun of you. I get asked that question, like, as you could imagine, a million times a day, right? Or quite a bit of times. Now, is the market doing something right now that it hasn't done in the past before? 100%, right? The market has not pulled back below EMA in all of 2024. You understand that, right? So does this mean that the market has to crash? No, definitely not. But when asking that question, it's like, okay, we are showing signs of a pullback, but rightfully so. Like, this shouldn't concern you. This shouldn't be something that's like, oh man, like I can't believe the market's doing this. I can't believe the market's finally pulling back, right? We can't be that greedy. If you think about it, look at this. From when the market bounced, this was in, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, and then finally we pulled on back. You are telling me that we went 6 months of it being nonstop bullish. And then for about 1 week, we're showing signs of a pullback. And now everyone's freaking out. They're asking why? Really? But I get it. It's probably because you're a little bit newer to the market. And look into this. I would encourage you to look into it. A market pullback, which is not a market correction, but a market pullback happens about every 6 months. That's a healthy pullback. And just like you guys could see some people type it in the live chat, it's a healthy pullback. But if you really think about it, for long-term investors, people that know how to invest over a long period of time, a pullback is actually very healthy. Think about it. If you are someone that has tens of millions of dollars, and then, okay, the stock is going according to plan. Let's say that it's NVIDIA, right? Let me pull it up. Let's say it's NVIDIA, right? I mean, I'm ready. I don't know about you, but, I am ready to buy NVIDIA. But there's a difference. I don't want to buy when everyone is saying, Ricky, you're just jealous that NVIDIA is going to hit $1,000 a share. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to hit $1,000 a share. I'm sure it could. You think I'm jealous of that? You think I'm jealous because you bought at $900 and you're going to sell it at $1,000? I don't care, right? You know what I really want to see? I don't want to short NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA is a very well-managed company. It's a juggernaut of a company. I just want NVIDIA to pull back so I can buy it. But I want to buy it at $500 or $600. I want to buy it when it retraces back down to the moving average. I want there to be a healthy pullback on NVIDIA and most of big tech so I can buy it. That's what big investors want. They're like, okay, this is a healthy company. A pullback shouldn't scare you. You know who it scares? Either those that are not experienced to think, oh no, this is the end, it's going to crash. And also those that did not prepare. And it kind of goes hand in hand with the 1 and 2, right? All I want is NVIDIA to pull on back so I can buy more. That's all I want. Just kind of like with Apple and with Amazon and with Google and with Tesla. I mean, let's be honest. Tesla can chill out with the way that it's selling off. Tesla's a little bit different. Maybe Tesla can chill out at 150. But nonetheless, you do understand what I'm putting down, right? Or what's the analogy? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Like, it should excite you. It really should. The people that get offended when markets pull on back are those that bought when all the hype was present. And I'm sorry, and I'm not here to call you out or anything like that. It's like, trust me, I've done it more times than you have, I'm sure. But you have to experience it sometimes to learn from your mistakes. But those that are mad, oh, well, Ricky, why would you want NVIDIA to pull on back? That's so evil of you. You're an idiot. Like, stop, right? It's like you have not experienced the market enough before. The market goes through these cycles. Like, relax. It's not about you and your 10 shares of NVIDIA. I don't care about that. I want to buy NVIDIA for a good price. I want to buy when it's a little bit oversold. I want to buy when there's an overreaction on the selling pressure side. I want to buy NVIDIA when most people are like, oh, wow, it's really pulling on back. Do I even want to hold it anymore? That's when I want to buy it. I want to buy it just like when I bought Bitcoin, when it sold off from 69,000 and it sold off to lows of 18,000. I want to buy it back at $22,000. when people are still uncertain. That's when I want to buy it. I want to buy NVIDIA. I want to buy all of those big tech companies. I love those companies. I think they're very well-ran companies. But guess what? I don't want to overpay for it like everyone else. That is why most people don't want it to pull on back, because those that don't understand that markets go through cycles, that when markets pull on back, that's not the end of the world. It might feel like it, but that's probably because you didn't leave yourself with any more money to be able to buy at the dip. Think about it. What did one of our traders say? So, Ricky, why don't you go live every day? I do. I go live at Market Open with my LPP team. I kind of just got bored. I just got done with my physical therapy. And I know I haven't hosted one of these random live streams. I guess I can leave it up to you guys. You guys can, I don't even know how many of you guys are on here. You guys can drop a thumbs up. Oh, we only have 500 of you. See, it's not very many. But yeah, drop a thumbs up if you guys want me to host more of these random live streams. I'd love to, but I need to make sure that, again, I get the feedback to want to do it, you know? But nonetheless, man, what was my train of thought? I was talking about, I need to hit the rewind 15 seconds. But overall, it's those that buy at those very overbought levels, right? And if that's you, I'm not calling you out. I'm just making you aware. And market doesn't have to pull on back because market's still holding very, very strong. Market's just showing more signs of a pullback now than it ever has. But you have to think about it. When you have a well-managed portfolio, and this takes time to figure out with how much you have in cash and how much you have invested. You saw someone commented, I'm trimming profits. Why would someone possibly trim profits when the market's possibly curling over? Because they want to prepare to buy at a better price. And that's all it is, right? It's doing your part to lock in profits, but you don't have to be if you have a lot of money, right? You can just wait for the market to sell off and then you buy more at the dip, which is exciting because you get it for a good deal. And then when markets recover, you can choose to sell or to continue to hold. That's the beautiful thing about the market, is that it goes through these cycles. The market's not always bullish. The market's not always bearish. The market goes through these cycles about every 4 to 6 months. So for people to be scratching their head and asking, this makes no sense. Why is the market pulling on back? You know what makes less sense? The market rallying for 6 months with no pullback. That makes less sense than a pullback that is a slight little, that is like so minute in the grand scheme of things. Do you get the big picture? It's probably very overwhelming if you're just getting started and all you're seeing is this, oh my God, the market's selling off. You know, who is this right now? And be honest with yourself. Who is this? You guys are like, oh my goodness, look, the NASDAQ market is selling off, lower lows, lower highs. You know, this is the worst. But guess what? When you take a step back and you look at this on the 4-hour time frame, you're like, okay, wait, what's going on here? And then you look at the day chart. Wait, this happens in the past. Wait, let me look at previous patterns. Wait, these pullbacks happen, right? These pullbacks happen quite often. They rally and then they pull back. They rally, they pull back. They rally, they pull back. They rally. And then we go through these, right? This was a correction, which is when you pull back more than 20% from all-time highs. This was 2021. We sold off quite a bit, right? That's kind of like our little recession. And then we rally and we pull on back. This was a really strong rally because we went through a very strong pullback. Makes sense. Then we kind of pulled back, a little trading sideways. We pull up, again, pull back. Do you see how it kind of begins to make a little bit more sense when you zoom out and you're not so focused on the day-to-day and you're giving yourself a little bit more on the larger picture? It begins to make a little bit more sense. Does that make a little bit more sense? Is this, like, are you guys a little bit more aware? All right. Okay. Makes sense. Perfect. All right. Glad to see it. What else are we going to be looking at? Yeah, with Tesla at $150 per share. I was really tempted during my live trading session today with the LPP team, right? I go live with them every morning, and Tesla was at like 150. It hit lows of we saw it hit lows of 148.75, whatever the lows were for today. And I was like, man, maybe I want to buy it, right? But then I was like, dude, EV market's kind of rough right now, right? And let's be honest, it is, right? EV market's kind of struggling. And that's when I really began to kind of ask myself, is this something that I want to short? Is this really, right? Like, is this something that I want to short? I don't know. I wasn't sold on that idea. So I decided to hold back. And I was looking at previous lows of 101 and just knowing that there's no real gap after you break below 150. It's kind of just 101, and that's the only thing that's there. And I was kind of hesitant at that point. I didn't want to put myself in a position that I would end up ultimately regretting, you know? But yeah. I am losing on Tesla. Yeah, you and a lot of people, right? Kathy Woods just purchased $35 million worth of Tesla at like 185. Bet you're not losing more than her. And DJT is retesting previous highs. So let's see what we get here. So it's retesting previous highs. Let's see if it breaks out back to 332 or if we get rejected here. So I would love to open up a quick little short. I just need to wait for that confirmation. So right now it's still pushing up, and if it's still pushing up, all right, we're right around 16 minutes. Yep. All right. I'm going to open up. I'm going to keep it light, very small position, right? Keep it light, keep it tight, just like we talk about it in the LPP live sessions. I do about 100 shares. 100 shares short. There we go. Opening it up on DJT. Let's update these alerts. So again, just because I choose to take a trade, I want to remind you, it does not mean that you need to. This is a very high risk trade. It's a high risk stock. It's DJT. It's very volatile. So please be aware of that. It's been more bullish today than it has been bearish. Another reason on why not to short it. I'm choosing to short it, so I'm showing it with you. If I end up making money off of it, great, you get to see it. If I lose money, then great, you get to see it. It's just the raw live session. So, but yeah, you guys can feel free to ask me questions in the live chat. But again, all I ask you to do is you do have to be subscribed to the channel to partake in the live chat. All right. All right, here we go. Still testing. There we go. Still pushing up, so no reason to add to it right now. We have about a 7% margin for where we're currently at. If it ends up coming right back down to previous support, 7% is quite significant. Even if I capture even a small part of that, half of that, I would be happy, right? Just got to work with my position size. A common question that I get asked is, Ricky, how do you stay so calm, especially when a position is not going according to plan? The biggest thing that I can share with you is, how about you try trading with one share? Every time that you take a trade, I don't care about how much you have in your account. If it's $1,000, if it's $100,000, I do not care. I want you to approach the market or your next trade as if you were to just do it with one. How are you going to feel then, right? Are you going to feel emotional? Are you going to feel irrational? Well, why not? Well, because you don't have a lot of money at risk. Exactly, right? So here it goes, still pushing up. So even if it doesn't go according to plan, I can close out the position. It's just 100 shares. We can buy to cover. Here it goes, 32.05, 32.03. Going right back to previous highs. It's about to make new highs on the day. DJT is definitely an inside job. Not at all. DJT has been selling off for 4 weeks. I love talking shit on this stock, right? I'm not here to sugarcoat it, but you also can't, like, this isn't out of left field. Like, oh my God, why is it pushing up? It sold off and it lost 70% in 2 weeks, right? Like, you guys, you know that I like talking shit, right? I like being petty. I like pointing the finger, and like only to trolls, really. But nonetheless, like, I like to be fair. I've always been fair. Talking about AMC, talking about DJT. I'll say it's a shitty stock if I think it's a shitty stock, but at the end of it, it's just my opinion, right? But I've always been open with you guys. So no, it doesn't surprise me that DJT is pushing up. It's sold off 70%. We're coming up on, his hush trial. And do I think that it could sell off more? Yes. If he ends up going to jail or gets indicted for that, that would be wild, right? This thing would go to zero probably. But if he ends up winning that case and then he ends up winning the presidential election, I don't think $79 is the highest price point for DJT. I don't. I think that DJT is pretty much almost an indicator on Trump's success. That's the way that I see it. It's a meme stock that is based off of someone's success. And this someone is Trump, presidential candidate, but also Trump that is going through these trials. That's just my opinion. That's what I think. So no, it doesn't surprise me. That's why I made the video that I did. I made the video talking about, oh, hey, this thing is, it sold off 70%. Some people thought it was wild that I made a video not thinking that DJT was going to continue to crash. And it's just like, okay, well, when something sells off so much, you could only assume that over a period, after some time, it's going to try to recover. And that's what I think that we're experiencing, especially during a very critical time of, his trial, the start of it. So we're at this EMA. Are we going to break above this EMA and begin to take off, go back to $42, $43, $50? Where are we going from here? Or are we going to get rejected at EMA and then continue to sell off? Let price action determine that. I have no crystal ball. I'm not going to pretend like I do. I pay attention to price just like you do. I have my assumptions and I take my trades sometimes based off of that. If I see there to be, appropriate risk to reward ratios, kind of like right now. I love this. I'll short the crap out of it. I don't care. But yeah. Here we go. All right, let's see where we're at with you guys here. Okay. All right, what do we have in our economic calendar? All right, for tomorrow, anything significant? Nothing I care about too much. There we go. Where's NASDAQ at? NASDAQ going back and retesting. Watch for DJT to pull on back. It says insufficient shares available. That is wild. I want to buy more. Maybe I should have not gone live. Too many of you guys are trying to short this damn thing and won't let me short it either. Oh, that's wild. Did you guys see that? Dang it, man. Hey, I told you guys not to copy my trade. This is my trade. I want to make 7%. Dang it. What the heck? What the heck, punks? You guys are taking my trade away from me. I tried to wait for my confirmation and all, and you guys are like, oh, buy. Open. You punks. Who opened short? Which one of you guys opened short? Or which one of you guys are trying and won't let you? Dang it. You see, when I trade with my LPP team, this doesn't happen. They listen. They listen not to do it. They're like, okay, we're just going to watch. We're just going to watch during this live. Can you make money while a stock price is going down? Yep, that's what shorting is for. You make money as it sells off. I have a video that breaks it down in the LPP lesson library. 1,000 shares short? You absolute punk. All I ask for in return, how much are you going to make? 1,000 is $30,000. $30,000 of 7%. You're going to make about $2,100. I asked for a bowl of Chipotle in return. Just kidding. Maybe give a bowl of Chipotle with extra guac to someone in need. That's dope. Well, hopefully you do your part to lock in profits. Because with the 150 shares that I bought to open short, I won't be able to afford my guac today because of you. Just kidding. That's fine, Hugo. You don't have to short these stocks. And first off, shorting is not recommended for beginners. If anything, right, as you begin to learn more about the market, and maybe if you ended up on it, I think you said you're on first trade. Whenever you want to switch on over to Webull, and whenever you feel comfortable, like you're experienced enough to know how to manage risk and take profits and open up short, you can use Webull. It's the 5th link in the description down below. You can sign up for it. You can have more than one trading application. I was even going to do a thing where I was going to pick someone randomly that signs up using Webull, and that shows me that they signed up using my link, and I was going to hook you up with $100. But we might do that. I don't know. If I get, just all depends on how many of you guys send it to me. I'd love to fund your trading account, maybe $100, and maybe we can grow it from there. But yeah, you do have to have an initial deposit of at least $5 when you set up Webull. And the link is the 5th link in the description down below. So obviously it is an affiliate code for me. I'm just being open with you. But then I would be more than happy for anyone that sent it to me today. I'll pick someone and I'll just send you a Zelle or a Venmo of $100. How does that sound? But you have to have an initial deposit of at least $5. So once you sign up for it and it gets approved, you can just send me a screenshot. Do not send me any of your personal information. I don't want to see your account number. I don't want to see your address, nothing like that. Make sure all of that is blurred out. I just need to make sure it shows that you got approved. And that's all, that you used my link. And I'll pick one of you guys and I will give you guys $100. How does that sound? Fair? Game is game. Who wants to sign up using Webull? Or who likes my trading application? Is that cool? Maybe I should do that more often. I don't know. I'm just going to have a bunch of you guys DMing me on Instagram, screenshots of you guys signing up for Webull. You guys from the US? I am. Yep. So front page of CNBC is Trump media tells shareholders how to block DJT stock being used by short sellers. Oh, trying to block it from being shorted. Hey, there's effort there, right? Some people hate it. I'd probably do the same as long as it's legal. Ricky, 1v1 in soccer. If you win, I'll visit the HQ. If I win, it doesn't seem like a win-win for me. So Brian is saying 1v1 in soccer. If you win, I'll go visit the HQ. If I win, I keep the Cybertruck. So what's my reward? That you visit my office? Ryan, how do I say this nicely? I don't give up. Just kidding. You're welcome to visit regardless if you want to or not. Why is Google stock dropping? Because NASDAQ market continues to drop. All right. And we're pretty much at that 30-minute mark. But yeah, I mean, this was kind of a random stream, obviously. It was kind of a midday stream. I don't know. I'm not going to host these every day. I do go live every day at Market Open if you ever want to tune on in. It's the second link in the description down below. But I would like to host more of these. Maybe every Wednesday, maybe once a week on Thursday, maybe every other day for about 30 minutes. What do you guys think? Did you guys like it? Is it more entertaining when I go live? Maybe a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit later. What do you guys think? Give me some feedback. I just want to make sure enough of you guys show up. You guys can drop a thumbs up, letting me know that you guys appreciate and like these live streams. That's all I ask, literally. That's literally all I'm asking you to do. Drop a thumbs up. It's free. Subscribe to the channel. It's free. And if you have any questions or any suggestions of what you would like to see within these live streams, ask me. Don't be a stranger. Ask me. Feel free to ask your questions, and obviously partake in that. So just finished LPP. Looking forward to tomorrow morning. I'll see you there, Lance. Again, I'd love to see you guys there for tomorrow's live trading session. If you guys want to tune on in, again, our biggest discount, it's 50% off. The second link in the description down below. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and you'll get access to our private live streams every single morning right at Market Open. So I appreciate your time. Hope that earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team. DJT is pulling on back. We're testing EMA. I almost want to stay because it's testing EMA and it's about to break below. And then we're going to do this rundown. But Mr. Chipotle, whoever took the 1,000 shares that wasn't letting me short DJT, let me see if it lets me short it now or add more to it. This would actually be pretty solid. I'll keep it light. Just 50 shares. Just give me something. I just want to look. Insufficient shares. All right. Well, until next time, appreciate your time. Hope that earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.